All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er recap as the Niners beat the Arizona Cardinals, and it was impressive. It was an impressive win for the 49ers, without a doubt. To go to Arizona and to knock around this Cardinal team, I thought was impressive. Arizona's always plays the Niners tough. It's a division game. These are never easy games. They're always super physical. So you can kind of throw the records out. And yeah, Arizona was super beat up, but the 49ers went to Arizona and took this one from the opening kickoff. Sky Moore, I mean, that was fantastic to see Sky Moore get in there, 98-yard kickoff return. Really set this game up nicely for Brock Purdy. CMC went in from a 1-yard touchdown run to get things rolling, and the Niners were off and running. CMC had a great game, 81 yards on the ground, 40 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns for Christian. Brock Purdy was outstanding. I mean, you say, why was Brock Purdy outstanding? Well, 19 of 26 is a good number. 200 yards is nothing crazy. The 3 touchdowns is nice, but the no picks, and he really made a number of nice plays. Brock Purdy knows this offense better than Mac Jones or Adrian Martinez or Curtis Rourke or any of these other quarterbacks. So he can operate at the line of scrimmage, and we saw that. I think there was at least 4 examples that I could picture from this game where Brock Purdy went to the line, saw what the defense was giving him, audibled, got the Niners out of one play into another play, and had that play be hugely successful. So Purdy played well, and that's his advantage at the line of scrimmage. He's a very smart quarterback, and he's been in the system a really long time. I thought at times his arm strength looked bad. At times his mobility looked like not quite what we're used to. But overall, man, considering how much time he's been out, you got to be thrilled. Got to be absolutely thrilled with the way Brock played. Kittle was strong. Jennings was strong. They made big plays. Brian Robinson had a nice return on special teams. Curtis Robinson with 12 tackles. D. Winters with 10 tackles. Huge for Curtis Robinson in that moment. Probably the biggest game of his career. Demo Lenore with a pick. He wasn't even going to play. And then he got an interception. Had a beautiful return, 64-yard return. Malik Mustafa had an interception. The defense came to play, but Eddie Pinheiro missed a couple PATs, but he hit 3 field goals. So what can you say? Eddie is just money on field goals. He's missed 3 PATs, but he's been outstanding on field goals. So the Niners rolled to 7-4. They may have discovered a new way that they can win, which is they don't have a great defense, but if you can put up 40, man, that's you're going to be in every single game. So maybe the 49er offense can start kind of shouldering the load and maybe lead this team into the playoffs. I think that's what it looks like it's going to be if we get that. So good win for the 49ers across the board. And now let's hear from some of the key components from this game, some of the key contributors. First, let's hear from Kyle Shanahan, who talked a little bit about Brock Purdy from the podium after the game when he sat down with the media.
Not comparing him to, I don't want to compare him to everybody else, but Brock's done it. You just got to look at his numbers and stuff throughout him playing and everything, and not many people have done it better than him. So, he's been as efficient as anyone. He's made as big plays as anyone, and he's led us to a lot of wins.
So there you go. Shanahan doesn't want to compare. The last thing he wants to do is compare Brock and Mac and Mac and Brock and have this ongoing dialogue. You saw what Brock Purdy's contribution was. They put up 40. They've been scoring 20 the last 3 weeks. They just put up 40 with basically the same cast. So Brock played well and gave this team a real shot in the arm. Let's hear from CMC because he was also talking Purdy when he hit the podium after the game.
He was vintage Brock. Yeah, he was vintage Brock. Yeah, and that's a huge compliment. He was poised, made some great plays, made some huge third down throws, kept us in the game, was smart the whole game. That to miss games like that is really hard, and to come back in the middle of the year and I think people kind of just watch and like, oh, he had a good game, whatever. But to be out that long and to come in and do what he did today is extremely impressive.
Yeah. The other thing that we don't talk about there was an enormous amount of pressure on Brock Purdy in this game. The team is not playing well. They've lost 2 out of 3. Mac Jones just came off of a game where he completed 85% of his passes. And it wasn't accidental because the week before he completed nearly 70%. So, Jones was playing well. Purdy had been out. There's Niner fans saying, hey, go with Mac. Mac's the guy. There's Niner fans who believe that Mac has more of an arm and more talent and this and that. Brock hears all that stuff. He hears all that stuff, and it's just all out there for everybody to hear. So there's a lot of pressure. You haven't played in a long time, and you're not 100%, and you're stepping back into a team where the backup was playing at a really high level and doing a nice job. So I thought there was enormous pressure on Brock Purdy in this game, and he still stepped up and played really, really well. Sky Moore gave this team a huge shot in the arm with that first return for sure. And the Niners, before the anthem singer was even back in their seat, the Niners were already up 7-0. But good performance from Purdy, and he really played well. We should tell people 49er football season is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course, Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use promo code Larry, Larry. It's real easy to remember, and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. And thanks to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. Let's hear from Sky Moore. Man, I talked to Sky Moore this week. He was so excited to potentially get a house call, and he came 1 yard shy. 98-yard kick return. And here's Sky in the locker room talking about it afterwards.
I watched it a little bit on Instagram one time, but so I caught the ball, and as soon as I stemmed in, I'm noticing that this is blocked up exactly how we wanted it to. So I'm running straight at the kicker, making sure I don't get caught by the kicker. But I feel like I did too much on that angle. But it was cool though. I got caught, but it was a great way to open up the game for sure.
Got down there and you knew you were coming close. Yeah. And just falling short. What was going through your mind?
I was running out of gas. And I looked at the board and I seen somebody getting close. So I tried to jump at the end, but it didn't work. So we'll get it next time.
There we go. Great kid, Sky Moore. 98-yard return for Sky Moore. Fantastic guy, and really, really happy for him. That was a great moment. Let's hear from Purdy. Purdy talked a little bit about his first touchdown. He called an audible. He threw a perfect dime to Kittle at the pylon. Beautiful pitch and catch from Purdy to Kittle. And here's Purdy afterwards at the podium.
I mean, it felt good just to get into a rhythm for sure and hit the guys and have some big gains. And then to hit that one, it was we're playing. We're in an NFL game, put a good throw on to George and he completes it. It just felt good for, my confidence and everything. But, outside of that, man, it's football. I've been here before and I was just trying to settle back into, who I am and how I play quarterback.
Here's Purdy looking for it all. He's got Kittle there. It's caught. Touchdown, San Francisco.
There you go. Kevin Kugler on the call there, and Purdy put it right on Kittle's hands. Very impressive throw there from Purdy to Kittle. And the 49ers were off and running at that point. And let's hear from Kittle. Kittle's always a great guy to talk in the postgame. And he's, last week he's like, man, I didn't expect Mac Jones to be this good. Didn't expect it. Fully admit, didn't expect him to be this good. And he's really, really good. This week, Kittle was talking about Brock Purdy.
You know what? I think I've only said this about 2 quarterbacks. Brock's presence in the huddle is just so elite, and how he talks to the players, my wife's calling me. Yep, it's my wife. I'm so sorry. Don't tell her I ignored her call. I'm in trouble. But he just he plays the game with this joy that's so infectious, and it's just so much fun to play football with him. And especially 5 plays into the game, he hits me 30 yards down the field on a perfect pass. He was definitely feeling it. I think he's got the confidence. He's got his swagger. I mean, more people were celebrating with Brock after his touchdown pass than with me. I was a little jealous. But yeah, he was feeling it today. I will say the one pass to Christian on third down was like that. Is like he clicked too many Madden buttons on his controller and just said screw it. And what a play by Christian. Goodness.
Who was the other quarterback? You said he's one of two quarterbacks.
Oh, Jimmy G's presence in the huddle was pretty damn good. He's had a very, very good voice for the huddle. It's like some guys just have like a piercing voice that like when they speak, the entire like everybody's attention just no matter what is going on, and he does that. So Brock is very good at that.
There you go. Now we know George likes the voice of Jimmy G and Brock Purdy in the huddle. So there you go. A little bit of everything. You got Kittle on Purdy on his pass to Kittle, Sky Moore on the 98-yard return, CMC on Purdy. I thought CMC's comments were really interesting because he's like, "Hey man, this doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every day. The guy sits out and then steps in and then puts up 40+ points on the road." He was impressed for sure. And then Shanahan on Purdy. And Shanahan was like, hey, look, the guy's won a lot of big games for us. So 49ers get a win. And maybe more importantly, they may have figured out a template for how they can win going forward, which is be opportunistic on defense, bend but don't break. Maybe you give up some yards and some plays, but you're opportunistic and you make some big plays. You play well on special teams, and maybe you lean on your veteran-laden offense to put up 30+ points. And that could be the recipe, their recipe, the rest of the year. So anyway, great win for the 49ers. They roll to 7-4, 5-2 on the road, another win in the division, another win in the conference. And next up are the Carolina Panthers. So thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Sleeper. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.